2025 special meeting. We are going to finalize our budget as well as set our tax rate and discuss our wastewater and water service fees rate order. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with agenda item number 6. Tyler, what's your recommendation?
Sure, so let me share my screen so I can, sharing's not turned on, I just sent a request.
Okay, sorry. Okay, here you go. I clicked allow, so you should momentarily.
Whichever one should have it in front of them.
There we go.
Can we have the record reflect, just since there's no citizens here, so no citizens communicate?
Oh, yes, there's no citizens communications, there are no citizens in the house.
Oh, we're gonna do that, okay, I was gonna ask Sean, can you do that before we lay out the budget for this? I mean, there's no
Well-
citizens here.
And then we do it also when we do the
You're
tax.
required for a public hearing to open it up again, so.
That's what I was gonna, okay, that's what I'm making sure.
So for this, I went ahead and plugged in an increase of $2.22 to the base fee to show how it impacts the budget. A big thing I want to point out is this water and wastewater profit and loss. It shows basically all of your revenues from water and wastewater versus your expenditures from water and wastewater. You had a pretty good, decent sized deficit prior to this increase. With this increase, you get very close to zero, about $700 off. But that's essentially what the goal was, to get that to zero.
Fantastic.
That's just with the rate order increase, if we levy rollback?
If we levy a rollback, yes, your
Okay.
bottom line is showing, one second, let me fix this. The bottom line is showing 65,000 under still.
Okay.
But the big thing is the water and wastewater is at that zero, the goal that we were looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay, that's specific just
Right.
to.
Because we're
okay,
not, just that
okay,
provision, right?
thanks.
Okay, how about if we hear from the finance subcommittee, Ms. Stanfield?
So, David and I and Tyler and Lisa met, and we continued to kind of scour through the budget just to try to figure out ways to make sure that we could get to a balanced budget. And one of the big things that we're looking at is our GM contract. And after reviewing everything, we would like to change the base rate on the GM contract, lowering that to $27,800 a month, which would put us at a yearly of $333,600 on that one, yeah. Which would bring us to,
Just 6,500 deficit total.
Okay. Anything else? So we do not have a GM contract on the agenda. We will have it on the agenda in September, the end of September. And we will, I know we just approved it, but we'll need to amend it and have discussions on that. Okay? Any more discussion?
No, not from what we've talked about so far, so there's just the 6,500.
So are we
and then
set?
I thought we had talked about petitioning, sorry, words are hard, adding an additional $2 to,
So there was potential of increasing the base fee by an additional $2 that was brought up. That would add about $50,000 worth of total revenue to those base fees. So that would leave us with about $45,000 in the positive. However, it would put our water and wastewater also at a positive of about $50,000.
Okay, so is that the recommendation?
I don't know what the conversation was for the meeting I wasn't able to be at, so I don't know.
it's an option, I don't know that it's our recommendation, I don't know that we want to have to add more to that.
Right.
But we also realize that even with the GM contract adjustment, we're still in a small deficit.
A small deficit. Okay. That, is it a $40,000 or $60,000 difference savings with the GM contract that you're considering?
It's about 58,000.
Okay, so it's the 61, okay. Okay, well, are we ready to approve?
I I mean, ideally, I'd like to get to $0. I realize 6,500 is very close. I don't know, I don't have an immediate suggestion for how to do that. It seems like, you know, we can't nickel and dime to 65,000, 62,000, which was what it was before. I wonder if we can't do that to 6,500.
What about $1 instead of $2, another additional dollar?
What would that?
I have a comment real quick, and I apologize, I didn't think there was a full, packet today, but scanning over it, the security that I think we're budgeting for like $40,000 or something like that, I think we're budgeting for the next, that number comes from a 3-year quote, not a 1-year quote. It says it's a minimum of 36 months to do that. So we may be able to budget differently for that, but forgive me if I'm wrong, but that would easily.
I think the $42,000 that's in there, if I remember correctly, was for the initial install of the equipment. And the $15,000 that's above that is the yearly contract rate.
Your one-time initial.
Is that right, Lisa?
Yes, that's correct.
Which security we talking about?
Gonna be.
It looks like the cameras.
Yeah.
So I've got the surveillance,
Not the PlayStation.
No, that's on the agenda.
Line item
But that's capital account.
16804, is that the one you're looking at?
This one,
not sure, it's
right?
one of the high level ones, yes. So
So-
42,000.
Yes, please.
So-
Sean would like to say
So,
something.
yeah, board members, just to refresh everyone's memory, the only thing that we're doing tonight that will be, the single time you touch it will be the tax rate. So you can always come back later to amend your budget, you can always come back later to adjust your rate order.
And I'll just be honest, I have heartburn about amending the rate order to pay for capital costs that aren't related to the water and wastewater system.
It's a good point.
I mean, it's one thing if we wanna amend, it's one thing if we wanna put other services under the fee, I think, but I think to spend, not say that the spending on the cameras is not important, right? But that I have real heartburn about using that for capital purposes, that's what we have taxes for.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Did we had talked about website hosting at one point? Right? Is that someplace that $6,500 could come from?
Yes, we've been crunching those numbers.
So basically, the amount of money that we would see, go away from leaving Granicus. Director Young had mentioned that there would be a WordPress cost, when in actuality, 620 Studios would roll up entirely everything,
Okay.
hosting the website and everything, underneath that fee that they already have, and they would not increase that fee at all. We
Sure.
would actually see a savings by not having to utilize them for newsletters and things to that effect. So you would essentially see that $6,500 savings from Granicus itself.
So the,
So 16710, could we, take out 6,700?
Yes, but you would see a small cost because they do have, I think, a 60 or 90-day out, which would have began, I think, in, this month or next month. So we still have to pay them a small cost in order to be able to get out of that
sure,
contract.
but we'd still see 6,500 in savings.
Essentially, yes.
What's the exact number?
I did include that increase to 620 Studio into the budget already, so I can reduce that, we can reduce it by 6,500.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
alright. Then
let's make
essentially,
sure the number.
we
Let's
have,
do 6505.
I know it's sophistry to some
Okay.
degree, but
But that's with you pulling out
Granicus.
the suggestion of the $2.
Right, this is showing $2.20 total increase to the rate.
Okay.
222, sorry.
and the change to Crossroads is in there too?
Yes.
the GM,
I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah, the GM contract.
Yes, to be specific.
yeah, because there's an operations contract,
Right,
a
right.
GM contract.
Quick comment on the base rate increase. I never knew what the base rate was before, getting involved. I would like that we, have an article in the communications and the newsletter saying this is what we're doing, this is what it pays for. Kind of details that stuff so that, I mean, right now it just says base fee, there's a number next to it, and then we go from there. So if the communications, subcommittee would consider, putting some light onto the base fee increase, I would be very appreciative, and I think residents would too.
I think that'll happen anyway
Yeah.
too, because I think there might be changes to
To
it.
the contract.
We need to crack it open a little bit anyway, ourselves, like us, so, I think could be an easy byproduct of that, so.
Yeah, I think we usually do a little article on that, so, okay.
Can I ask one more question? Tyler, in addition to the base rate going up within the rate order, we also had the increase in the volumetric charges, were those
Correct.
also accounted for?
Yes,
Okay.
15 cents per
Good.
thousand
TDS.
gallons.
Yeah, and just to, no, that's base rate, but then in addition to that, your water rates are
We
going up.
changed our water rate,
Yeah.
yeah, for higher water users.
Right,
Well,
different.
this is,
Higher volume.
yeah, so we did a rate study several years ago, and it was like a kind of a 5-year sort of rolled out increase, so, okay, good deal.
Okay, so good news, I think we can, I need a motion to, set our water order.
Second.
Okay.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that is 5 ayes. These votes are really important tonight, so if people could verbally say it, that would be great, just for
Do you
tonight.
wanna do a roll call vote every time?
I just said, everyone in favor? Aye?
Aye, yes.
Aye.
and-
So Robert, is that an aye? Okay, 5 ayes.
And that was on item 6, right?
Yes, sir, yes it is. Okay, now, which is, we're gonna go to number 3, which is the budget. So we just kinda did that work, we're at a balanced budget. Do I have a motion to approve the budget?
I motion to approve the budget pending with our changes from a few minutes ago.
Okay, there was second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, and then Sean, do we do public communication here? Cause you're saying we gotta do it for
So now,
twice.
yes, so now we're getting to tax, and so this will be agenda.
Okay, but wait a minute, I didn't hear the aye. Did you-
Sorry, yes, sorry, apologies, yeah, okay.
Okay,
But you get your.
and, Robert, you can shake your head. Is that an aye? Are you in favor of the budget?
Have we gotten to the nose yet?
Okay, noes? Anybody opposed?
Yeah, I'll,
What's your vote?
are we doing a roll call vote?
I'm asking you what your vote is. Are you for or against the budget? Everyone else has voted.
I am in favor of it.
Thank you. Okay, 5-0. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and go to the public hearing on tax rates. So now I'm gonna ask, is there any citizens' communication on the tax rate? Or I'm opening it up, right?
We'll open it up. Yeah.
Opening up the public hearing for the tax rate. Are there any citizen communication? No. Thank you.
Just wanted to make sure
Thank
since
you
you're
for that.
here, I didn't want you to feel like we wanted to make sure you get a chance to say something.
Okay, Tyler, anyone that would like to contribute to this conversation?
So we'll go ahead, just to be sure here, we'll close the public hearing.
Closing the public hearing, thank you.
Thank you, Sean, that was it. And then we can have discussion, right, Sean,
Yeah.
about, okay.
That's exactly right.
So, my only input that I wanna put is, the budget that we just approved, that does include, an M and O rate of 0.2397, which is what, was, published in the newspaper.
And Tyler, just to be clear, in that M and O rate, right? In the budget, we're budgeting 873,000 and change in tax to pay for fire, right, the fire tax portion. I'm working off the book in the binder, exactly. Just getting on the record, right, we're gonna increase from our budget from last year for the fire tax collections. Call it roughly $60,000, right, 'cause per the
Yes.
documents.
Yes,
It's gonna go from 816, 417 revenue to 873, 328.
right.
And then we're going to reduce the share that goes to the maintenance tax collections for the rest of the operations of the MUD. I think by my rough math, it was about $38,000, right?
That's right.
So we're going to the maximum tax rate we can do without going for an election, which will increase our net revenue by, what, about $30,000, I think, roughly, on the tax side. But of that, most of it's going to the fire tax. This is what I'm trying to establish here, like, where this is all going, right? Because
Well,
we went through a long budget cutting exercise, right?
right.
To reduce our spending that is not on fire purposes, but we are still having to raise overall revenue because a greater share is going towards our fire expenditures. Is that a fair statement?
You're correct. Look, you're looking at year by year, maintenance tax collections, our budget is going down and your fire tax budget is going up.
Mhm.
However, Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong, but the fire tax portion of the fire portion of the taxes is not included in the 3.5% cap. It's calculated separately.
It's considered contract tax rate, which is considered more around debt service. So historically and currently, it's been considered a contract tax rate, so it's not part of that M&O calculation. So if y'all were to take it out, at least right now, based on my understanding of the fire tax rate, then that essentially is taking away what has been earmarked as contract debt service, which get first bite of the apple, so to speak. And that would then, if that's removed, then that further contracts your total tax rate.
Well, we'll talk, I'm laying out some stuff, but Sean, can you chime in real quick about that? Cause I don't know if that's quite how the statutory provisions on.
Yes, I agree with you, David, and I think the way I have considered your rollback considerations up until now is total minus debt service and the remaining is the O and M. And so Lauren and I chatted about this. I do wanna do a little bit of due diligence with regards to, because we have always noted exactly what is attributable to the contract considerations, but I've always thought of that as part of the O and M levy.
Yeah, because I think we need to be careful how we're handling that then, if it is part of the INS side, not the O and M side. Because I think that we need to discuss it, there may be some other implications
Yeah.
there, how we're noticing and doing other things.
Yeah, I think if anything, we're hearing from Lauren is good, and that would be the most conservative calculation.
Yeah,
But that might potentially remove some flexibility we may potentially have. So I agree with you, you know, we wanna make sure we're on the same page. Regardless though, you know, your points are well taken about the increases, if you combine those two. The fire tax has been growing, don't have all the data in front of me, but I think average 8%-ish per year. Whereas we can't grow our O and M overall at the same schedule, right?
thank you, that was what I was building towards, is that like a longer term concern is that obviously we don't have any control over what the city of Cedar Park chooses to bill us under the contract rate. And they allocate it out to us by utility hookup. And to Sean, the point Sean made was the point I was gonna get to make, which was, obviously we're not solving it today, but I wanna raise this issue publicly and on the record that we need to have some discussion, because obviously, legislature's not coming back to like increase our levy limits, right? And if we have a very large component of the budget that is growing at a rate well in excess of our levy limit, regardless of anybody's thought about what the appropriate tax rate is, it creates a fiscal problem for the other expenditures in the MUD, because the point I was making building on the point I made a minute ago about fee revenue, right? Obviously, it's willing to charge fees for waste feature functions, right, for TDS, water services, right? Other places tack other things that are like pretty discrete into their fees, but we can't really run the neighborhood on fees for general purpose expenditures, like I'll pick on the cameras, but just a lot of the other things we do here, right? And so, you know, some people have advocated, have suggested that the solution is just kind of like, well, if we just kept going to 3.5, but the problem is if the one piece is growing much faster than that, it's I'm a bit concerned how we're gonna make that work long term. So that is what, I'm glad you provided that insight, because that is helpful. Thank y'all and Sean, because that's the point I wanted to get to today was, we've gotta do today, but I think we need to do some longer term thinking, because if there's no sign the city is going to abate their increases in what we're paying, we're going to have to look at other things, because we went through this aggressive budget cutting exercise. There's a lot of things not in the budget, right? There's no maintenance on the fence, we had to cut mulching, we had to take work out of, for what Tripp and them do, right? We may have other expenditures in the future, and we kinda need to think about this, right? Now's not the time to fully dig through it, but I wanted to raise the issue because we're talking about tax rates and values at this point, and we're gonna lose a little bit of value next year, because they're gonna take off, you know, it's only a few, $5,000-$10,000, but seeing as we came in at 6,500, right, as that last bit, losing the little bit of business personal property we collect tax on forever, fully exempted, is gonna be an issue, right? Like, we can't easily be like, it's cool if that, $5 million or $4 million falls off the roll forever.
Okay, all right, so we're not gonna make any of those changes tonight, but yes, we
No,
should dig
we're not
into
making
it
those
more. Okay, any more on the tax rate?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes,
So, this page is the 3.47%, the first one in the packet?
The 5450 that you all published,
Yes,
yes,
Yeah.
that's our recommendation,
right.
yes.
And then the next one's the parity, and then, which I know we're not interested in. And the next page looks to be the same as the first.
Oh, and I apologize
No,
for
that's okay,
that.
I just want to make sure
Yes,
this is
yes,
something obvious.
No,
Okay,
this
good.
did accidentally got,
No, that's fine, I just, like I said, if there's a detail here I'm missing.
right, no,
Obviously.
so our recommendation is to adopt what you all published at that 5450,
Okay.
which also matches the M&O amount reflected in the budget you all adopted.
Right. Okay, thank you very much.
do I have a motion to approve the tax rate at 0.505450?
I'll motion it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay,
And-
any,
Mind if I just jump in?
Please.
Just to be sure, the components there would be 2397 O&M, fire component 1208, with the debt service of 1845. Does that sound correct, Lauren?
Yes, sir.
yes, and that's what's published, right? Yeah, okay. Any more discussion on the tax rate? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
David Johnson? Did you say aye? I didn't see.
Oh, yeah, I did say that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's 5-0. Okay, we just have a couple more things on here. We recorded the vote. And do I have a motion to the amended and restated information form?
A motion for discussion, a motion?
Second?
I'll second, sorry.
Sure.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Board members, the amended restated information form is simply a document that is filed in the real property records that provides basic information about the district. It does contain your tax rate, so we will go ahead and update that, and attach to the amended restated information form is the notice to purchaser that everybody gets when they buy into the neighborhood, so the tax rate is also displayed on there.
Do you have those printed out and ready to go tonight to be signed?
We have it as an exhibit today. I don't necessarily have any to leave behind, but we can get it to you tomorrow.
No, that's
Oh,
fine. I just
the
want
order.
the amended and restated information form. We all have to sign it.
That's right, yeah.
Are we all gonna sign it tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so directors, please acknowledge that you'll stay and sign that. We do not want to chase anybody, and we need to get this posted as soon as possible.
Yes.
Thank you for those that responded. Okay, so I had a motion and a second. Any more discussion on the amended and restated information form?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's 4 verbal ayes, 1 assumed aye. Okay, we just have 2 more quick things. This is you know what, we're gonna table, excuse me guys, we're gonna table number 7, the dig dug, and we're going to number 8, which is the proposal from Twin Electric for electrical lights at the Tomlinson Fort Playscape and Pavilion. It's a change order, it will come out of the bond money, it will not impact the budget. So the number 8 is for $28,000. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Do I have a second? Okay, any discussion
I
on
have a
this?
question.
Yeah.
Is this 28,000 instead of something else, or is it a new 28,000?
No, it's the 28,000, and not something else. It does include the data line that will be run parallel to the electrical line. They have to be put in different PVC piping. We did solicit 3 bids. Beckett Electric, didn't have a schedule for us to be able to get on, so they opted out, and Suntech did not provide, after they sent it to their estimating department. So, with the 3 bids, Twin Electric was the only one that provided for us.
Do you mind if I jump in
Please.
here real quick? So board members, just to confirm here, for your proposal under 8 and also 9, these all relate directly to the Playscape. And these will be eligible as capital expenses because there's a nexus, so you can use your bond funds to pay for these because they're essentially part of the Playscape.
Okay, thank you.
Great, any more discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's 4 ayes, 1 assumed aye. And number 9, proposal from Kaufman Security for cameras installation and additional ports for the Eagle Eye surveillance system, which will be over at the playscape. Okay, it's a change order again, amount of bond money, $26,090. Do I have a motion?
$2,600.
I have 2,690.
Yep, my comma's missing, yes.
Okay, that's fine. I wanna make sure, I wanna confirm, I'll make a motion.
Sorry, I was looking at my notes. Okay, did I have a second on the motion? David Shoemaker, okay. Any more discussion besides my overinflating that? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's 4 ayes, 1 assumed aye. Future board meetings. I'm just gonna put this out there because we are going to amend our general manager's, contract. We may need to call a special meeting before the next full meeting. We're gonna try not to, but we'll just see how it goes. So please watch your emails if, Nancy or is it Christie sends something out, you know, let her know if you can, yes.
Oh, no, I was,
Okay.
thumbs up. Yes.
Thank you for the
Because our
thumbs
next
up.
regular meeting is the 24th.
Correct, yeah,
So it'd be next Wednesday?
Is there not 2 more weeks in between that? Tomorrow's the 8th, or today's the 10th,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's only one more week, that's what I was,
Yeah, we would know the next, we would have to know the next 2 days. Well,
that's what I was gonna ask, like, can
we
we,
could
can
be,
we
we do, we
feasibly?
have time,
We would have to post tomorrow.
we don't have time.
Okay, that's one to raise the issue, but on
Yeah,
top
no,
of like
good point,
scheduling.
good point, then we're just gonna have to, so September's meeting might be a
It
little.
doesn't necessarily have to be on Wednesday, does it? I mean, I realize that's easier and more predictable.
No, it's
but
true, we could do it on Thursday if we needed to,
I'm
yeah.
not trying to throw everyone's schedule off.
I
If it's
just,
critical.
just like heads up, but more likely we're gonna have to take some time at the regular meeting to discuss
I
it.
mean, honestly, my proposal might be to help save time for that meeting we have, the link we got in there, I know we're gonna have the chicken coops coming back. Maybe if we've got some of the committee reports that may not have any action, to simply pin them initially from the agenda, right?
Yeah,
And just know
Now
those
you're
are
gonna
gonna
have
be pushed.
yeah,
So just thinking of ways to try to save a little bit of time, we need to really go through that contract and want the residents to see it.
yeah, absolutely, okay, motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All right, all in favor, thank you.
Aye.
Aye.
I need to turn off.
Okay, Sean, good meeting.
Yeah, hold on, I just
Let me
need to
get
turn off.
these
this.
out.
And, okay, we are not streaming.
All right,